Okay. Now we are discussing about two concepts. One is Spark streaming and another one is autoloader. Correct. So what do you mean by Spark streaming? Okay. So from this is the best link to study the concepts of, this is a official link, docs.databricks.com, where you can see all these concepts. Okay. So when you read about autoloader and incremental, you can read about it, but let me explain you in a brief. So Spark streaming is nothing but streaming of a data, stream of data. It handles the stream of data in batches. Okay, what do you mean by batches? So if you have to run any job, and job is meant for ingesting the data. If you are running any data job for data ingestion, right, then it should run in batches. It means you can define that it should run in every 5 seconds, or it can be run once, or it can be run every day, or whatever it is, right? So imagine if I scheduled my job to run every 5 seconds, and I know that my system is a transactional system. It means every moment, every second, the transaction is getting created. So initially I'm having 100 customer data. Imagine in a very simple layman example, right? So in first batch, I will load my 100 customers. Correct. 100 customers. Now in just after I finish the load, within that, 10 customer data arrived. Okay. And because I set up my stream for every 5 seconds, so what will happen in second batch, this stream will run, this data ETL job will run automatically. Correct. So this time the total customer in the system is 110. But because this is already loaded, these 100 customer is already loaded. So this autoloader will come into picture. So the meaning of a Spark stream is just running the jobs in batches. Correct. But this autoloader work on top of your Spark streaming. So the concept of autoloader is very simple. What it will do, it will check what it is loaded before. Okay. So whatever data is loaded in the previous batches, it will not load that data. So it will load the data. So this autoloader work on the concept of exactly once. Okay. And you can see the same thing mentioned over here. Okay. How autoloader works. So autoloader is incrementally and efficiently process new data files. It will only process new data file as they arrive in the cloud. So because these 10 records is a new data file, so this autoloader will only load this time after 5 seconds only 10 records. Fine. Without any additional setup. So in Azure Data Factory, you are doing so many additional setups. For example, you are creating marker table, then you are creating procedures, then you are creating, log table, and then you are updating. You are doing all the stuffs manually. But here, autoloader, this works on the concept of exactly once, right? And this is very powerful concept. Fine. So if you see this, yeah, you can check how does autoloader track the ingestion process. So we should, okay, if it is only loading data exactly once, but how it is managing, right? So we can understand in this manner. We can understand in this manner. Okay. I can copy this. So fine. Let me showcase you. So okay. So what is this? This is your storage account. Storage account. And this storage account is nothing but your data lake. Okay. And within this is the storage account. This is your Azure Databricks workspace. Okay. And this Azure Databricks workspace is having a Unity catalog which is configured for us. This Unity catalog is managed by your Apache Spark data organization. Apache Spark, correct? This is your workspace. Okay. So basically, data will flow. How the data will flow? The data will flow from your storage account to Azure Databricks, correct? Okay. And how it is flowing? Initially it was 100 customer, it loaded the 100 customer, and after that the second stream comes after 5 seconds, and it will load only 10 customer. This was handled by autoloader, but we should understand, you know so all the metadata information, right, will be stored in your Unity catalog, correct? Okay. So how this autoloader works? So we have some location which will be created, which is known as checkpoint location. We have two things which will be created. This is known as checkpoint, and this is known as schema location. Okay. So this autoloader work on the concept of checkpoint and schema location. So in this checkpoint folder, we have something known as rocksdb folder. Okay. In this checkpoint, we have something known as a rocksdb folder, and this folder will tell which data was loaded recently. For example, if you have previous load, if you, so it will maintain all the entries, all the previous data load entries. So whenever that data load has to happen within the next batch, it will first check the rocksdb folder. Okay. And because rocksdb is already having an entry of 100 records, so it will not touch the 100 records. This is the new data, so it will load only 10 records, right? It is as same as your marker tables which you were creating in Azure Data Factory pipeline during your incremental. And what is schema location? Imagine this is the data. Now remember, customer is having 5 columns initially, correct? Now what will happen? Suddenly you realize a new data file has arrived, but now this is having 6 columns. It means there is an addition of your column or deletion of your column. So it means your schema is also changing, right? So all such kind of things will be under schema location, right? So this is the concept of your Spark streaming and autoloader. Okay. And if you want to check, you can check the same thing as files are discovered. It means the metadata is persistent in scalable key value stored. So rocksdb is a folder which store the information of each and every file that is arrived, okay, in the checkpoint. Rocksdb is in the checkpoint location, okay, of your autoloader pipeline. This key value ensure that data is processed exactly once. So in this line, this has described all the things. In case of failure, if it is failed, what will happen? Autoloader can resume from where it is left off by information stored in the checkpoint, right? So if it is failed, then also it will check your rocksdb folder within the checkpoint and it will work accordingly. So it will provide a guarantee that we will load the data exactly once. So this will handle the delta records. Okay. So this is so powerful that entire world is now relying on this kind of technology. Okay. You can also check incremental uh, ingestion using autoloader with DLT. Okay. DLT is basically a delta table concept. Okay. And you can read more about this. Okay. Anyways, so what we are going to do is we are trying to implement this in our exercise. Fine. Okay. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a data frame, same data frame, but this time we are not simply reading the data. In last exercise, we have simply read the data, which was available in the Parquet format in our source container in our storage account, right? So simply we have written this code and we have read all the files. Okay, but this time instead of reading this file, what we are trying to do, we are trying to, you know, make a Spark streaming. We have to read through stream. Okay, so we have two commands. Okay, one command, if you have to read, okay, wait a moment. Now let me explain you. In Spark streaming, sorry for the typo, we have two things. Some we have, first is read stream, and second one we will use write stream. Write stream. Okay. And when we are using this read stream and write stream, remember our format will be will not be Parquet file. It will be cloud file. Okay. It will be known as cloud files. Because right now, how we read this file in current scenario, we have read a Parquet file. Okay, so format was Parquet file, and we have used read operation. So right now, we will, instead of read operation, we will use read stream. And if we have to write anything, we will use write stream. So this is the change. And within this format, we will use cloud files to read it. Okay. And we will pass the value of the cloud files, oh sorry, value of the Parquet files within the cloud files. Okay, now let me help you how to do this. So I'm trying to read the file initially. So what I should do, write, I should write park dot read, then I will write stream. You can see this is giving me suggestions. So this is known as read stream, and within this read stream, you know, the format will be, should become your cloud file. Okay, so I am going to follow the same, right? We will use cloud files, right? And I can give backward slash for next row, and and what I should do, I should give the format for this cloud file. So cloud file is there, but format should be given, right? So you can see it is already giving me a suggestion. So my job is easy. Files, and for format I will use format. If you, even if you have not, you know, learned the program, it will give you, but it's always good to know the concept behind your, you know, writing the logic. So now this time I have given the format as Parquet. This Parquet value is passed for within the cloud files, right? Now we'll go to the next line, and now what should be the next one? In this case, we have given the path, we have given load option, correct? Okay, so this time we will give option, and definitely we will first write this in schema location. I told you, what do you mean by schema location? So first we have to write within the schema location, because schema location is a location where all your data structure will be defined. Okay, and where I have to write the data, in which layer? Source layer, bronze layer, gold, silver layer, gold layer. Bronze, because source layer is already having the data, right? We have to load our schema location. So schema location will be created in the branch layer. So we are trying to create a schema location folder. So first thing we try to, okay, let me first write, then I will explain you. Okay. So I will write in branch. So it is already giving me the option dfs.core.windows, but I love to write by myself. Okay. And in this, folder, okay, what I will do, I will create another folder. So schema location. So, okay, let me tell you what I'm trying to do. Okay. So I want to create, okay, I want to enable what I'm trying to do. I want to enable the Spark streaming, okay, to load the data from source, okay, to branch. This is my objective. Got it? This is my source. This is my branch. Source is having all these files, correct? And I want to load the data from source to branch. Now I want to load the data, but this time I want to enable a Spark streaming. And to enable the Spark streaming, what I need two folders, checkpoint and schema. Okay. So checkpoint is a folder, and within this checkpoint there will be schema location. Got it? Right? So what I should do, I should make this checkpoint, right? I have to create a folder known as checkpoint underscore. If it is orders table, it should be orders. If it is customer, then I will have to create a folder here which is known as checkpoint underscore orders. And within this folder, schema location and rocks db information will be there. So schema location, and within check folder, rocks db will be there, and rocks db folder will be created automatically if I write the data. Okay, got it? Okay, now what I will do finally. So if you see this, what I have done, I have given the format and I have given the load, right? So last thing left is load, means from where you want to load, where you want to load. We have to load the source data. My data is available in the source, right? This is the objective we have written. Enable Spark streaming to load data from source to branch, right? So we have to load, and if we are loading, we will do the same. We can copy the same, right? Correct. But this time I am, because it is for orders, so we will load the data from orders. Correct. Okay. Okay. Got it. So the moment you just execute this, it means you have enabled the Spark streaming. Now you should go there and refresh it. What has happened? You can see this has created. If you double click, schema location has created. Okay. So data is not loaded. Data is not written right now, but schema is created. If you want to check, okay, let me check if I can see. I cannot see. Okay. But schema, this checkpoint order is created. Checkpoint underscore order, and this is the name which we have given. Fine. Okay. And if you want to see what has created, this is the new data frame. Okay. So if you remember when we loaded our data yesterday, okay, we have seen the region table. If you, okay, let me open this catalog in a new tab. In this region table, we have seen inside branch, we have loaded a region table. And in this region table, we have previewed the data and we have find there are addition one column which is known as rescued column, right? Rescued data. If you are able to see the last one, rescued underscore data. Okay. Anyways, so same data structure is created right now. So basically it is a delta table. Okay, this is Spark stream will only create delta table. Okay, you can see there are no schema will be same, right? Schema, for example, we have only one schema location. So even if any new entries will be there, it will be handled within this. Okay, these are all are managed by your Databricks organization, so you cannot see that. But schema location, no need to create. This is the only one-time activity. Okay, so you have created a data frame while reading the data with the help of cloud files. Why cloud files? Because you are using Spark streaming, and you have passed your value of this cloud file format as Parquet because you are using Parquet, and you have created your schema location within this location. So this is the path where you have created your checkpoint folder, checkpoint location. So in this, and why you named this as a checkpoint, because every time before loading the data or before reading the data even, it will check, the system will check from this folder. Okay, and basically you are loading from source, so this command will give you the source. Now we can switch ourselves to write stream. Okay, so how to do that? It's simple. What we will do, we'll use our data frame that we have created just now, df, and you can see the moment you just clicked on df, it is giving you all the columns, customer id and all the columns, right? And other stuffs as well, right? So df equals to, now we'll have to write the data, so we will use write stream. Okay, then obviously how you are, what will be the format? Now, for writing the data, because for reading the data, you have used cloud files. For writing the data, you have to use Parquet only because you are loading the data with the help of Parquet, Parquet or Delta, right? So we are using Parquet format. So in this line, I have mentioned the format, right? Now, what is the next item we have to mention? We have to mention the mode whenever we do any write operation within using PySpark, right? First thing, we have to define the format. The next thing what we should do, we should define the mode, in which mode we are writing the data, right? So output mode, okay, is append. I am appending the data. Okay, because, and then where we have to append the data, then we have to give the location. Then we will type the option. Okay, then the location will is, what is the checkpoint location? Correct. So this is the checkpoint location which we have created. Okay, this is the checkpoint location, checkpoint underscore orders. So what we will do, inside option, we'll first specify within the double quotes checkpoint location. Okay, automatically it is giving me the code. So checkpoint location ABFSS. So basically we have to write the data in bronze layer, correct? Okay, but this is not region. This is my orders. This is the location we have created, correct? Okay, just a second. A second. Okay. So we have created the location where we will have to do that. Now, because this is Spark streaming, so we have to give the frequency. As I told you, Spark streaming is basically runs in batches. I can give in frequency known as 5 seconds, 10 second, or once, right? So what we should do, we should type trigger. Okay, so you can see if I want to trigger this one time, okay, I will do that. If I have to trigger for 5 seconds, every 5 seconds, what I should do, I should write processing time every 10 seconds. Correct? But I should not do that because my subscription is a free subscription. If every 10 seconds this stream will run, what will happen? I will run out of my threshold limit given by Databricks. Okay, so $200 is given by Databricks, which I already consumed. So but this is the way. If you have to run for every 5 seconds, you can just type it every 5 seconds. So this Spark streaming job will run for every 5 seconds. Okay, but right now I'm not doing it. What I will do, I will only do once equals to true. Okay, fine. Now the next important thing is, because you defined the uh, frequency, now what you should do, you should start. Okay, fine. So let's start. Okay, it throws some error. Okay, path is not specified. Okay, sorry. We have missed one important thing. Where we have to load the data. It is just, it is a checkpoint path, right? One command is missing, okay? The command is where we have to load the data. Because this checkpoint location is just checking the schema, right? Checking if the data is available in this or not. So in this option, we have to specify the path, okay, where we have to load the data, right? So we have to load the data in bronze layer, right? Sorry, my mistake. In bronze layer, we have to load the data, and inside bronze layer, it is this bronze layer is in this storage account and dfs.core.windows, okay, .net, okay. And in this one, because see, I want to load the data within this branch account in a same manner. In a same manner means right now we have data available in our source and it is available in within these directories. Same directories I want to create in the branch layer. You got it? So I have to give the name accordingly. Correct? So what I will do, I will use this and I will create orders. Correct? So it will create the directory. Okay. And I can give this. Fine. Okay. Now let me run this. Now this time it should run. Hmm. It is giving another issue. This time, what's the issue? It is saying Parquet append. Okay. Okay. Uh let me see where we have this is output mode. This is also fine. This is checkpoint location. Okay. We have done something, some random check orders, checkpoint order. Okay, this is also then we have given the path. Yes, ABFSS, bronze, orders. Then we have trigger. Then why it is not starting? Okay, let me debug. Let me try to find out diagnose error. The error in the code is due to a typo in the path option. Okay, so there is a typo mistake. Okay, the comma in the path URL should be a dot. Oh, where I have made this. This should resolve the Spark crash. So there is a typo error. It is saying. Okay, let me find out where is the typo error. It is saying the error in your. Okay, can we do auto fix? We can do auto fix, right? Auto fix is on. So why it is not allowing me? So there is some typo error. Oh, okay. See. This is the typo error, right? DFS dot. I made it comma. Okay. Very basic and silly mistake. Can you see this? It should be DFS dot. Okay. It should not be comma. Okay, fine. Now I triggered it. It is stream initializing. What does it mean? It is initialized. Okay, if you want to see, you can see this is the graph and this is done. Okay, this is done. So your one time load is done. I have done for one time. So let me check what has happened here. If you refresh this, now this orders has created. Okay, you can see the data is loaded. Fine, we have written the data successfully in our data frame. Okay, now if you have written the data, we should read the files also. How to read the files? Again, because this data is written in Parquet format, right? This data is in Parquet format, you can see. So you know how to read this? Very simple. df equals to spark read. Same concept. This time we are just reading the data. We are not reading the data from stream, right? So spark.read.format, right? And what is the format? Format is Parquet. Okay. Then what we should do? We should load. Simple. Load and then ABFSS because this is Azure blob storage, right? And my data is in branch, right? At the rate storage account SSACL, okay? Dot DFS dot core dot windows dot net and orders, right? Because we have this data is available in this orders, right? And then what we will do, so remember you should not put write df dot display here because it will become the part of this df definition only. So you have to go for backspace and then write df dot display and then brackets, right? So it will read the data from here, from this file. Okay, you can see you have 9990 records read. Got it? Okay. Okay. And similarly, if you want to just see the count the way we are doing in uh, Instead of displaying the entire data, I want to check the count. I will type count. Okay. And if I run, it will give me the count only. Right. So it has given me this count 990. Fine. Okay. So that's the option we have seen how to read and how to write the data. Okay. Using Spark streaming. So we have learned the concept of Spark streaming and autoload. Okay. Thank you.